let's move forward a day. Let's look forward to Sunday at Fairyhouse, because there are a number of very good races. And I'm going to go straight away to Declan. Let's talk about the 1240. If we can, and one or two. Can I just say, I watched this contest between Very Wood and Manila Faru last time, and the fact that we're going the other way round, I think Very Wood might reverse the form, but I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I'm not sure about reversing the form, but you're on the right track. Very Wood jumped out to his right too many times the last day. I think it was at Navan. Reverts now to a right-handed track. That should suit. He's also the pace angle in the race, Very Wood. He could get his own way up front. You know, him and Manila For You, the form, they've shown decent form, and I know AP McCoy likes Manila For You at the moment, but this is a really, really tough race to get to grips with. Usually with the novice hurdlers we go on bumper form of the previous year. There's not much of that to go around here. The top horse, Gilt Shadow, is actually the horse with the best bumper form. He was second to the Liquidator of David Pipes in the Grade 1 Punchestown bumper last season. Had Apache Stronghold in third. That form is now looking absolutely rock solid. He went to Down Royal for his maiden hurdle debut, absolutely hacked up. He's probably the value in the race for me, Gilt Shadow, but he has to give weight away to horses like Alonso of Willie Mullins's, Manila For You, Renetti of Willie Mullins's, and you know, Willie has actually won this 3 times out of the last 5 years. He won this in 2008 with Hurricane Fly as well. So it is a race that he likes to target, and Ruby has been jocked up on Alonso. This horse was actually trained in Spain beforehand, had a couple of runs in France, and has now ended up in the care of Willie Mullins's. Won his maiden hurdle at Wexford last time out over 2.5 miles.
And he would have beat the ill-fated Aircraftman that day. He would have beaten him anyway.
He would have beaten him. Sadly, he fell at the Mouse Morris horse, fell at the last, and I think he damaged the hock and had to be put down. He pulled, I think in the end, I think he was maybe 20 lengths clear of the second horse, who has since gone on to win a maiden hurdle. So the form looks rock solid. We don't know a lot about him.
Can I push you for a selection?
It's not a race I have a strong opinion on, but if in terms of value and the bumper form we know, I'd probably go with Gilt Shadow.
I'm not going to go to Sandy on this one, because he'll follow when they come to Cheltenham. He'll be going, oh, I really like that one, but you've got a few very quick for you.
Well, I always say, if in doubt with Irish racing, Willie Mullins, and I think Alonso's form of his win has actually worked out quite well. The second has come out and won since. I know he's stepping back down in trip from 2.5 miles to 2 miles, but it was impressive enough last time, and with the form the Mullins horses are in, I think Alonso's a fairly decent price.
OK, I mean, obviously, unlike... we'll have this conversation another time, but unlike sort of racing in the UK, the big races in Ireland are on a Sunday. I don't know why we don't do it more over here. But anyway, that's a different subject. Let's move on to the 110. A very select field, but a very good one.
Yeah, very, very good one. The Drinmore Chase. This is a race you'll be glad to know I'm not shying away from. I do have a fairly strong opinion in this race.
No odds on, is it?
No, not my style actually, not my style. But I do like Desi Hughes' Art of Logistics. Looks like fences have just made him now since he's gone over. He's won twice.
The step up in trip,
step up in trip, not a problem at all. He is by exit to nowhere. There is stamina in the dam side. He's actually got a really classy pedigree, this horse. The dam is related to, do you remember the French mare Sarafina?
Yeah.
Classy mare. I think she won a couple of Grade 1s. He's from that family. If you can translate that pedigree into jumping ability, which he already has, he could be a serious horse. I think he's still very much underrated by the market. He's 6-1 in a 6-horse race. Claire Namian won't be winning it, so he's really 6-1 in a 5-horse race. Sizing Rio is your favourite, probably deserves to be favourite at the moment. Jumped well last time out, won a Grade 3 at Cork, but it wasn't a good race.
It's a bit short though, do you know what I think?
Yeah, I think he deserves to be favourite, but he is short. Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Connections might even step up in trip to 3 miles with that one.
Yeah.
The one I like is Don Cossack. I mean, you don't win 3 bumpers if you're not any good. And I think it was at Galway. You might be able to correct me, but he absolutely hacked up there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Don Cossack is a good horse, and Gordon Elliott's been a massive fan throughout his career. All his form is on heavy ground, and he looks to me like a horse who would love a good Irish slog. 3 miles around somewhere like Fairyhouse, Punchestown. He reverts now to 2.5 miles on good to yielding ground, and you know, I don't think that's going to be his cup of tea. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a non-runner in the end. I just think something else might have a bit more boot than him at the end.
Right, okay.
And I was disappointed with how he went through with his effort the last day at, was it Punchestown?
Didn't his form tail off a bit last year?
It did tail off a bit last year, yeah. I think that's just maybe because he was always going to be a chaser, but you do make a good point. I think Don Cossack has terrible value, and as I was just about to say, I was disappointed with how he went through with his effort the last time. I think he might be a bit soft.
Okay. Your selection in that race?
I'm all over Art of Logistics. I think he's terrific value.
Okay. Very quickly, because we've got moving.
Art of Logistics is progressive. Like I said, I think sizing rear is too small, but it's not a race I'd have a strong opinion on.
Okay. Let's move on to the 2:15. I think the obvious question is the distance and Jeski.
Yeah.
What are we playing at here?
I think on what we know so far, I think Jeski is the best horse, but not by much. You know, Rule the World is a very good animal as well. Jeski obviously third in last year's Supreme Novice Hurdle. I think he was 14 lengths clear of Una 2 that day, who was since won a Grade 1 Champagne Fever. My 10 to yours were just ahead of him. You know, that form is absolutely rock solid. Was good the last day at Down Royal in Mickey Mouse race, didn't take much winning, was a perfect pipe opener for him, so I think he will be spot on for this race. The trip, to me, he doesn't look like a horse whoever needed to go out and trip, but he is related to a couple of horses like Jetson, Gerard, Gennari, or horses who have won over 2.5 miles. Even Jetson has won over 3. So, you know, on pedigree, and he's got the class, you know, he is the one to beat.
What would be the aim at Cheltenham then?
Oh, the aim at Cheltenham is the Champion Hurdle, no doubt. 100%. I think, you know, I think Connections ducked Hurricane Fly in the Morgiana, which I was very disappointed about, because Hurricane Fly looked like he was there for the taking that day, and they've come here instead.
You can't blame Connections for doing it. I think it's quite a clever move, to be honest with you.
Well, if they win tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's just to see. You need options in horse racing. There's so many valuable races at that distance as well that you need to be able to see.
I think in this race tomorrow, you've got to seek the value, and I think Rule the World 7-2. I think for a horse which has actually won over the distance and is proven, you know, although he's only blots on his form is obviously when something was amiss when he pulled up at Punchestown, but a second at the Cheltenham Festival, 4 lengths. The new one looks like pretty good form now. So 7-2, I'd take on Jetski all day tomorrow.
He doesn't look like a short runner, Jetski, though. He looks like he'll keep galloping. I wouldn't be worried about the distance.
Okay, so your selection?
It's probably more a race to savour. If you push me for a bet, just purely on value terms, I'd go for Rule the World, because I'm still not sure Jeski is at his best going on right-handed tracks.
So in those 3 Grade 1s, your best bet?
Or Art of Logistics.
You seem very much all over that.
I do like him. I think he's very underrated, and he's been underrated by the market. And you know, in terms of betting and that, you need to be back in value to make profit long term. So
is he one of your selections later? We'll have to see.
I don't know. Maybe they'll have to join us after the break.
Absolutely.
Lump on.
Would you normally have, say, a bet in novice chases round in the island? Then you're quite confident with selections. So I always find novice chases very dangerous. There's a lot of horses that are still learning.
He might have to give a quick answer to that.
Statistically, it's been proven if you're going to back any horse's odds on, it's in novice chases.